Good morning, everyone. This is TK. ReadySetFutures.com, 5 a.m. Pacific Coast time, coming at you live from our office out here on the left coast of the U.S. of A. Headlines for the 14th of September. Let's run them down real quick. I've got 4. Inventory report day for crude. The EIA inventory report, anyway. Copper coming in higher on the overnight, approaching some of our key resistance. Gold entering the battle zone at 1325, and the ES appears to be a sleeping giant in the overnight. Let's turn our attention now to copper. As we see, this is the overnight action in copper. You can see quite a significant move again. We talked about this yesterday in our daily market wrap-up, how as price has been trading over the volume point of control, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days prior to this boost where we continued to gain acceptance, especially this long tail down here after exploring and potentially, taking care of business down here below this congestion zone. We see price moving higher. I do want to move in. We don't usually do this in the morning preview, but let's take a look here just at something that we saw in yesterday's action. This large sell-off here at the morning. This could have been panic selling, folks, and just an exhaustive pattern. So that's another way to interpret this. This is quite significant, in my opinion. This move down, and I think might portend well for our opinion short later on. But as of now, the trend is up in copper. Bring this back. Moving over to gold, as we said, it's the battleground here at 1325, folks. The value area low, the volume value area low. Let's be specific. Gold traded down, and now we're back. We're back, messing around with this high volume node. Not unexpected. Not unexpected, and we do feel gold here. Gold is headed lower. We're a seller at this point in gold, and but there's a strong case for buying too. You can, at any of these markets, you can make a argument for both long and both short. It depends on what you see and how you interpret the markets, right? We can see here we've created a trading range. In my view, this is a consolidation. Yesterday we took a peek here at the weekly chart on gold, and it shows just that we consolidated, we moved up. We consolidated, we moved up, and here we are again into a consolidation zone. The question really is, where does it go next? We take a longer term view here at ReadySetFutures. We're not day traders, and so our opinion is it's going to go lower before it goes higher, but it will go higher. And again, our opinion only. So, down here, 1290, 1270 is not an unreasonable expectation for gold prior to it moving higher. You can also see we've got a high here, and we talked about higher highs, and we also have lower lows. So what that really indicates to us is we have a trend channel forming, a downward trend channel. Take that for what it is. So our next temporary move could be lower again before gold goes higher. We expect this to chop around some, actually around 1325, in anticipation for next week's Fed meeting and next week's Bank of Japan meeting. Further currency devaluation will take gold higher. If the Fed begins to renormalize rates at the meeting, we could see gold lower as the dollar appreciates. So that's gold today. today we feel gold's going to be choppy around the 1325 area. Turning now to crude oil. Yesterday we talked about crude accelerating lower. That seems to be consistent in the story. Yesterday we had the AIP inventory report. Again, that's the unofficial number with a build of 1.4 million barrels versus a build expectation of 4 million barrels. Today is the official EIA inventory report. Monday was not a holiday, so Wednesday is the release day. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. If any of you guys trade crude, you know if you're looking for volatility and some serious risk, you know that is the period of time. But when I was day trading, that was not. I tended to be flat immediately prior to that report, just because it is anyone's guess what could happen during that period of time. But again, that comes out at 7:30 every Wednesday, unless Monday's a holiday, and then that release date shifts to Thursday. So again, our crude price action is beating our expectation. We see this high volume area here, this bit of a plateau from 44.11 down to 43.25. Expect gold to hang there and potentially reach down here to 43. So we liked gold short as it was coming back up here around 45.90 last week. If we were in a position, we'd look to exit probably somewhere around 43 before waiting to see if it goes lower. We do definitely expect there to be business done under this swing low, and we expect price to reach down there to find out how much business really needs to be done. So hold on to your shirts for today in crude, no doubt. Last but certainly not least, turning over to the ES. Let me drag this volume profile out just a bit further to our Brexit hearing. I'm going to add another one here, guys. I'm going to bring in a volume profile of just these last few days. The ES, this is such an interesting chart pattern. Manic sell-off for Brexit. We saw that, and then just I don't know if you would call it a panic buy, being talked back, but if you weren't on it, you certainly got hurt here in the run-up. But just an extreme amount of low volatility here in the marketplace, leading into yesterday we talked about a value at risk shock, and shockingly so it is. So, a period, I think I read an article overnight, it said this period of calm volatility followed by 3 days of activity of greater than 1% move in the ES hadn't happened for, 40 some years. So, historic moves. Let's go ahead and roll in our Fibonacci. Love the Fibonacci here. 0.618 retracement. Following down to 0 at 21.25, and that's exactly where we're at today, folks. 21.25 and back 21.25. As you can see, it is the volume, our volume point of control for this move down, and I fully expect us to continue downward movement. The question is when. Again, Fed Reserve next week, Bank of Japan next week, both highly impactful events for the U.S. markets. So, a bit of uncertainty in the market, and it's manifesting in volatility, and it's manifesting in position reduction. And so with that is our daily market wrap up for market action. Let's take a quick view at the economic calendar. Here's our economic calendar for today, September 14th. Again, that's Wednesday. Great Britain labor report came out. Mortgage applications are out. The big mover and shaker today here, EIA Petroleum Status Report. That's our crude inventory report. Again, that is the big news for us today here at ReadySetFutures. And then on Friday, quadruple witching. Stock options expire, stock futures expire, options expiry is also for futures on Friday. And then in the afternoon, we have the Baker Hughes rig count, along with consumer price index. Tomorrow's a big news day. There's no doubt about it. We have a number of things. We have Bank of England announcing activity. We have U.S. jobless claims, retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Survey, industrial account, and EIA natural gas report. So, and then maybe this activity here, Fed balance sheet and money supply. I mean, these are fairly well known. I wouldn't expect these to be much of market moving events, but maybe somebody can find a needle in the haystack to give them some information about rate expectations for next week. Although rate expectations currently priced in are quite small. Lastly, what we take a look at here, ReadySetFutures market warm-up, is international market overnight activity. We take a look at four: the FTSE, the DAX, the Nikkei 225, and the Hang Seng. FTSE's down 0.5%. DAX is up 0.1%. The Nikkei 225 down 0.7%. And the Hang Seng down 0.1%. So traders, that's it for us this morning over at ReadySetFutures, ReadySetFutures.com. Give us a look on the interwebs. Again, that's ReadySetFutures.com, all one word. We look forward to seeing you over there. And we look forward for you to hit the subscribe button as well as give us a thumbs up. We appreciate those, every single one of them. So with that, traders, best of luck today, and we'll check you in the evening.